Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. Who do I have? Well, let's look at Tyson Fury's past. Who has he beaten? He's beaten the hardest puncher in boxing, Deontay Wilder. Now, me personally, before Deontay Wilder lost against Tyson Fury, he was my top five fighters. Why? Because of his power, the most powerful punch in boxing. And guess what Tyson Fury did to him? Beat him twice, knockout TKOs here and there. So what I'm trying to say here is that Tyson Fury will beat Francis Ngannou. Okay, what has Francis Ngannou done in the UFC? Obviously, he's dominated every single one in his weight class. But what else has he done? Who has he really beaten? I honestly cannot name you one opponent that Francis Ngannou has beaten. And again, yeah, Dana White came out with the statement that Francis Ngannou has the hardest punch in the world. But what is that really gonna do if he's very inaccurate with his punches? Let me remind you, Francis Ngannou, all he really has is power. And we've seen Tyson Fury beat the strongest punch in boxing by his head movement. And let's remember here, Francis Ngannou's gas tank, we don't know if it's there. We don't know if it's there or not. Again, MMA fighters, they don't go for 12 rounds for 3 minutes. So it's going to be very interesting how Francis Ngannou will go in the later rounds, if it goes to the later rounds. Because let me remind you, Tyson Fury does have the upper hand here. He is way taller than Francis Ngannou. Now, how do I see this fight going? Does Tyson Fury get the knockout? Does Francis Ngannou get the knockout early? The way I see it is that Tyson Fury is going to tire him out in the beginning. He's going to let him throw. Francis Ngannou is going to try to catch him with one because his power is all he has. His head movement is trash. So all he really has is one lucky punch to get Tyson Fury. Now Tyson Fury is going to let him punch. He's going to use his head movement, but he's going to move around the whole ring. And Francis Ngannou is going to gas out. I say in about round 6 and about round 10, I see Tyson Fury getting a TKO and getting Francis Ngannou out of there. Now we've seen these UFC fighters wanting to go to boxing, and it has not turned out the way they wanted. The first one, Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, he put up a good fight, but absolutely got destroyed in the later rounds. Now, like I said, these UFC fighters' gas tanks are absolutely trash because they're not used to going 12 rounds for 3 minutes. Now, we've also seen more MMA fighters get to boxing because of these influencer boxers. Like Jake Paul has brought a lot of MMA fighters into boxing. One of them, Silva, knocked him down. Obviously, Silva put up a good fight, but still knocked him down, and Jake Paul got the win. Nate Diaz recently has gotten knocked down as well and lost a fight against Jake Paul. Tyron Woodley, another one. The first fight was pretty decent. He put up a great fight with Jake Paul. Now in the second fight, Jake Paul absolutely with the right hook knocked out Tyron Woodley. So again, what I'm trying to say here is that MMA fighters don't have a good record into getting into boxing until they go out getting knocked down or a TKO.
So based off this, is this fight closer than we think, or is it not? Well, let me tell you something. This fight can either go one or two ways. The first way is Francis Ngannou goes in there and plays Tyson Fury's game, that boxing game. And if he goes there and doing that, then he's gonna get gassed out and he's gonna get outboxed by Tyson Fury. And now the second way it could go is Francis Ngannou goes his own way, goes his own aggression way, and just charges at Tyson Fury, just puts pressure on Tyson Fury and goes in there looking for the knockout. So if he goes in with the first way, which is to play the boxing game, I think he loses. If he goes in with his style, which is the second way, and I think he has a good chance of knocking out Tyson Fury. Now, although Tyson Fury has fought a heavy hitter like Deontay Wilder and he ended up knocking him out and beating him, it's still not the same as Francis Ngannou, only because Francis Ngannou does have the hardest punch in the whole world. There's not many boxers or any other UFC fighter who could say, I punch the hardest. I punch harder than you. He's the only one who could say that. So obviously he has the hardest punch. Tyson Fury has boxing experience. He has head movement. He moves well. He has reach. All these things. So is Francis Ngannou power enough to destroy everything that Tyson Fury has had and everything Tyson Fury has built? Is it enough? Who knows? Because Francis Ngannou also could take punches. You see him on social media get body shots by all these celebrities and all these other fighters, and he stands there unfazed, not even phased that they're hitting him with some good blows. Ryan Garcia was just pounding and pounding and pounding. He wasn't even moving. It didn't even tickle him. So I'm saying Francis Ngannou has power and could take punches. So is this enough to beat and win against Tyson Fury? But I guess we have to see. But I'm leaning towards Francis Ngannou only because I like his style of fighting. He could take punches, which is why he doesn't really need to cover up, which is why he could go in there and miss as many punches as he wants because he could do that. He could afford to miss punches because his durability of taking punches is so high compared to Tyson Fury. We've seen Tyson Fury get dropped by Deontay Wilder, somebody who hits hard, and yet he still doesn't hit hard as much as Francis Ngannou. So it is a closer fight than we think, but I'm still leaning towards Francis Ngannou.